18 to 24 always has the lowest voter turnout. I only know Fruitland Township because that's what I get the statistics for, but for the August primary, my voter turnout for like 18 to 24 was like 5%. And my voter turnout for people 60 and over is more like 30%.
This has been a lot over the last 8 years. And she was talking about like when you go vote, and we've talked about the core principles of the Constitution and we the people, that the power of the government comes from the people, like, you know, especially young people. Like, if you want to see change, you know, and you need to vote. And I don't care how you vote, who you vote for, but it's an awesome, I mean, people have fought tooth and nail for decades to vote that right. And so I would, as a government teacher, obviously, don't squander it, you know. I know some of you guys aren't able to right now because of age, but you will be.
But then, like what she said, only like 4 or 5% of them are voting. So I think it is more important for us to have our voices out there.
I mean, I think for a lot of our seniors, some of them are 18, able to vote now, or will be, you know, soon, and obviously next year. I think explaining the voting process, you know, the need to register beforehand, all the steps that go into making sure that elections are fair, free, that people have the ability and option to vote was super great for them. And I think especially with how much, you know, politics is in the news now, and there's a lot of, you know, tension over the campaign and the election. I think just to be informed and knowledgeable is important as citizens and as you know, Whitehall students. So.
All right, definitely more about how the process goes for like privacy, because I didn't know that it was just one person in the van, or that there was 4 separate people for taking from the person's vote to the final counter.
The dynamic is different. You have to build their trust. You have to convince them. I convinced people for many years that I wasn't the intern in our office. I've been the only African woman public defender in our county for 10 years, and I still am. So people in our county have never seen a black woman attorney in our public defender's office, and they absolutely have never seen an African American woman on our bench, which we don't have. But I could tell you, with our demographic in our county, I see people of minority races every single day who will never see, at least in the public defense field, someone who looks like them.
So we have government for seniors, which is not normal for a lot of schools. And we do that because these seniors, many of them are 18 or will be 18 by the time that we have our election, they can vote and they're going to be part of the process. And our goal, Mr. Kleaveland and the Social Studies Department, is to make our kids the most knowledgeable voters in Muskegon County. And so we brought in politicians, both candidates for the 102nd, KP and Mr. Vanderwall. I've had Mr. Vanderwall in a number of times. He's done great. And then for the first time this year, we're bringing in judicial candidates as well. We see, we're going to see Kendra Robinson today. We've had, you know, visits to the federal courthouse in Grand Rapids that we've seen Robert Yonker. So we try to get the judicial branch in there because that's the one that's most overlooked. So we bring in people that we're going to see on the ballot, and we try to make them come to life and understand that these people are just from the community, just regular folks, and they have things to say, and hopefully they can connect with one of them and they can be part of the voting process and get out there and vote. We never care or ask who they vote for, we just want them to participate.